James felt a shaking sensation. Opening his eyes, the light poured into them, causing him to blink in order to adjust. He could soon see the light that was being diffused through the tarp above him. I guess the sun has risen, James thought to himself. Turning his head, he saw that it was Adam. Morning, Princess. Did you have a good rest? Adam asked while he grinned, seeing James's reaction to being woken up. Yawning as he stretched his arms, James shook off the sleepiness he was feeling from only having a few hours of rest. I guess that's not unexpected, he said to himself. Understanding the life of an adventurer was filled with getting only a few hours of sleep at a time. Before meeting up with Mim and his group, James's group was just the 5 of them. It meant that while taking a break at night, often they'd only get a few hours of sleep when they traded shifts for who would be staying awake to look out for monsters. I'm assuming that nothing happened during the night? James asked, rubbing his face. The roughness of the gloves felt nice and made him feel alert. Adam got up. There were a few growlings from the forest cats, but it was off in the distance. I think they were chasing after some animal for a late night snack. Getting out from under the tarp, James stood up. Mim said that we aren't in too much of a rush, so take your time. I've already packed away my tarp. I also made sure to get another steak for breakfast and some of the stock with wolf meat strips. Adam said to James, I'm gonna head to the stream and wash my utensils. Have fun, James waved before he started to undo the rope for a shelter. The crunching of leaves made James turn to see who was approaching him. Adam woke you up, huh? Maya said. She took a sip from a bowl, which likely had wolf stock inside. I told him to wait to wake you up. After hearing Maya say that he was woken up late, James checked their camp and noticed that most of the shelters were taken down and packed away. It was only him and Maya that still had their shelters up. He saw that Kate was helping Peter to take down his tarp. That explains why the camp is practically ready for us to leave, James said. He noticed that the pot was placed on new coals, though the fire was mostly dead. The other fire was just a layer of coals to keep the meat warm. How much of the stock is left? James asked. There's only a little bit left, likely a few bowls worth, so if you want some, I suggest you get some now, not later. Maya used the hands to show how much was still left. A part of him was surprised that so much of the stock was already eaten. James thought they'd need to figure out some way to carry it with them as they traveled deeper into the forest. James reached into his pack to grab the bowl and spoon he had used before going to sleep. He didn't need to put his bag back under the shelter this time. I'm going to be taking it down after I finish eating and washing the utensils, he thought to himself. Walking over to the fire, many of the members were standing around what used to be one. In their hands were either a plate for the steak or a bowl for the pieces of meat and wolf stock.